Hello again. I hope you're holding on in the midst of everything, dear strong woman. So, our value added talk this week is going to be centered around what makes a woman high valued. When we talk about the ultimate woman, we're talking about someone that has high values, who has every area of life well complemented and balanced. And in order to achieve this, she evolves with high values that dictate success in every area of life. And this means that she first clearly defines and then values every resources at her disposal. So in terms of her time, her interest, her boundaries, other resources, things that are around her, she tries to harness them to make sure that, she becomes high valued. So defining and not leaving them to chances, not leaving her time, her interest, her boundaries, anything to chance, it shapes her at the end into an ultimate woman. So as a woman that is seeking to lead, to rule, to reign in this world, you cannot afford to be the same. You cannot afford to be regular. You really have to be super in a lot of ways. You need to have your games on, your game A. You have to put your best foot forward in a whole lot of ways. You have to be in charge of certain things and not leave them to chances. And that will naturally make you become a highly valued woman that people will seek after. Don't get me wrong. Not every high valued woman may have a chance to sit on a throne, a physical throne. But wherever you are, in every way you're leading, either you are in the business world, you are in the music world, you are in entertainment, you are in academic world, or you are in the ministry, wherever you are, you will be someone that is easily recognized because of your unique values. You understand? That is what we're talking about. So when I'm talking about ruling and reigning, you may not have the opportunity to, become the Queen Elizabeth of this world in terms of doing that physically. But from where you are, from that corner where you reside, you begin to lead from now because you are the queen of your life. So let's examine some of these characteristics of a highly valued woman. Number one, a high valued woman is a high net worth individual. So this is somebody who knows her worth and refuses to settle for less than she deserves in terms of wealth, in terms of relationship. She doesn't just allow anything or anyone to pick her up, neither does she pick up anything. She doesn't scavenge for whatever is available. She clearly defines what she wants and she goes for it. She has a strong sense of self, understands her personal values, and lives a life according to them. This is not the same as being haughty or arrogant or somebody that is hard to please or someone that is proud. No, she's only classy, but from a humble position. She's attractive enough to be worthy of emulation. When she dresses up, what she may be putting on may not be, a reigning, brand, but she's looking exactly like someone who is high valued. That's what we're talking about. So anything at all, anytime she appears, anytime she shows up, you could see that this is a high valued person. Number two, she's a mentor and a mentee. She has this dynamic relationship with people. Everybody she meets, she's either mentoring them, unconsciously or consciously, or she's a mentee, she's been mentored. She submits herself to learn. So, and that's one of the reasons why such a woman will turn out well in life, because she's accountable to some people who she learns from. These people guide her on the right path, and she makes sure that they are involved in some of our critical decision-making processes. She doesn't believe that she's a forest. She doesn't believe that she knows that a tree does not make a forest. So she sees this possibility as a chance to right some of the wrongs in our world. She constantly wants to know what to improve. Hence, she is committed to making people become high valued also and be the best version of themselves, in the sense that as she's on that journey where she learns, anything she could pass across to the younger generation in any way, she also wants to add value. She also wants to mentor somebody. So in every relationship she's either receiving or she's giving back in terms of value. Number three, She constantly self improves. So this is related to what I just explained. It's a very lovable quality of a high valued woman that she never rests on her accomplishments. So she understands her ignorance. She understands that ignorance is a disease and that it is detrimental for you to stop for her to stop learning. So she keeps upgrading herself in different aspects of life, and this makes it easy for her to impact other people with value because she's committed to learning. She's full of knowledge and she applies that knowledge as wisdom. She's driven, she's motivated, and her goals reflect her passions and her interests. She's a go-getter. She's somebody that may not really be popular in the sense that, oh, she's among the ladies. She's constantly chasing something because she wants to make impact. Another thing is that she has self-respect. A high-valued woman respects herself and expects the same from others. She does not settle for mistreatment or disrespect, and she walks away from toxic situations immediately. Such women they usually have spent time working to be the best version of themselves by maintaining high self-esteem. She knows how to say no when something does not align with her values or contribute to her well-being, and she does not allow the words of anybody to put her down. If she needs to burn the bridge with such people, she does not have any problem burning bridges because she knows that her life is important, her self-respect is important to her. Number 5, she carries out high standard conversations, high level intelligent conversations. So if you know the difference between a chicken and an eagle, then you will understand how her conversation will flow because it will be high quality. Like I said, it's full of intelligence. She's not discussing people. She's not busy about resenting or envying people. She's discussing ideas. She's discussing how to make things better. That is kind of conversation you will always find around her. Even when she's joking, even when she's cracking jokes, she's adding value. Another thing is that she has what I call stickability, ability to stay with it to the end, ability to endure. She's resilient. She does not give up. When it comes to knowing your worth as a woman, it involves you not giving up. So a high value woman knows that giving up is not an option, especially when living her dreams or achieving goals. So when she falls, she rises again, she continues. So she's not someone that does not fall. I'm going to talk about that, one of those virtues, because she's not a perfect person, but I'm going to get to that also. Number 7, she values herself, her peace of mind. A high-valued woman walks away from anything that will cost her peace of mind. She avoids drama. She knows that her sanity is important to meeting her goals. Therefore, she will ignore every distraction on her way to the top. If people are bent on making her lose focus, she's prepared to cut ties with them after giving them much grace. She's patient. She will try to let people understand what is important to her and how they should treat her. But after some time, she has to walk away from anything that threatens her peace of mind, because peace of mind is very vital to her health and she needs to remain healthy. So she knows when to cut off. She knows when to say no. She knows how to say no, and she knows when it's time to get going. Number 8, a high-valued woman is feminist at heart. And by that, I don't mean a woman that is trying to usurp the authority of a man. No, I mean that she's not like any other people, any other person who present themselves as something they are not. A high-valued woman carries herself as a woman of value to motivate other women to stand up for themselves. She teaches other women not to engage in behavior that will sell them short. She's humble, yet she's very assertive. She stoops to conquer. That is a feminist woman, not someone that is trying to usurp the authority of a man. Number 9, she's happy at heart. She doesn't seek happiness from outside. Her happiness is from within her. So unlike other women who rely on other things for validation or other people for validation and happiness, a high-value woman usually will get her happiness from within. That is why she is usually self-driven and motivated to achieve anything she sets out to do. Her happiness is palpable. It motivates other people to be happy with themselves. 11, she's non-comparable. A high-valued woman does not like comparing herself with anyone because she's unique. Therefore, she tries her best not to be a copycat or a duplicate version of anybody. She's always striving to make everything about her unique. Number 11, she's authentic. A woman with high standards knows how to accept her flaws and make up for them. She knows how to identify her weaknesses and her mistakes and know how to make up for them with her strength. She identifies her weaknesses, she makes up for them with her strength. She does not create a facade to hide from her weaknesses. Instead, she allows people to know that she has these things and she's working on them. She uses this quality to encourage other people who don't want to accept their flaws. She's always open to corrections. If she discovers that she's wrong, she tries her best to make amends for it and learn from her mistakes. This is one of the reasons why she keeps getting better, and it is one of the most admirable, values of a high-valued woman. And lastly, I would like to say at this point that she's not perfect. Yes, the 12th thing I want to talk about is her imperfections, which is related to what I just also spoke about. So she turns every imperfection to opportunities for growth, not regrets, shame, or quitting. So she wears her thorns as gloriously as her crown when needed, and she's not ashamed or allows herself slip into shame in any way. So with that, I want to end this week's podcast, and I know that you have learned something. We'll continue on that next week. Thank you very much.